Are you tired of breaking down on the mountain? And are you also too f***ing broke to buy the Burandt Tool Kit? Or when you break something on your sled, but you can't fix your sled because the manufacturer of your sled didn't give you enough tools to fix the sled, so now you broke down on the mountain and you gotta have your buddy pull you out and he's got a different brand sled, so he's laughing at you? Are you tired of that? Well, do I have the solution for you? The Broke Man's Backcountry Tool Kit. In this little bag is everything you need to fix anything on any sled ever made. Kinda. So today we're gonna be going over what's in this little bag, so stay tuned right after a message from our sponsors. Nobody wanted to sponsor this video. Damn it. Oh, and sorry, Chris, I had to make this little video because the kit's a little expensive. So the kit I put together should be comprehensive enough to work on any sled on the mountain. You can obviously add or subtract any tool that you think you need or might not need. So we're gonna get started with the wrenches. First up is gonna be an 8mm, a 10mm, and then a 12mm all the way up to a 19mm wrench size. And then we're gonna add 4 SAE wrenches, a 3/8, 7/16, 1/2 inch, and 9/16. For the ratchet, I have kind of a dual head ratchet. It's both 1/4 inch and 3/8. I'd highly recommend it. They're normally at like an auto parts store or maybe on Amazon as well. And then next up for the sockets, it's gonna be an 8mm, a 10mm, a 12, 13, 16, and 17. And you also want to include a couple deep sockets, and that's going to be a 10mm, a 15, and a 7/16 quarter drive socket. And can't forget the 8mm 3/8 drive Allen socket as well. And then we're going to need a folding SAE and metric Allen wrench set, as well as a Torx folding wrench set. Next up is going to be some kind of 6-in-1 screwdriver, a 6-inch crescent, needle nose pliers, and then I also put in a Leatherman type multi-tool because they're always useful. Now, I wasn't able to fit the duct tape inside the bag, but I did carry it with me a couple times, and after a couple rides, I did take it out because it just takes up too much room. I just ended up leaving it in the truck since it's only going to do so much on the mountain. I also carried a spare spark plug tool, as well as plenty of zip ties, and then this is the tool bag that I decided to use. Next up, let's talk about prices for everything. I used the Husky Allen wrench set, but you can easily swap it out for the Harbor Freight set. It's only about $7 for the whole set, but it's going to be slightly bigger. So in order to get this kit as cheap as possible, I ended up not using this newer wrench set, and instead using an older, cheaper wrench set that I had laying around. This Genly wrench set will run you about $15 on Amazon. It will have every size that you need, plus some. You'll just only have open end, you won't have any box end. The SAE version is $1 more at $16.50 and comes in box end. Harbor Freight has an adjustable 6-inch wrench for about $5. I ended up using this dual drive stubby flex ratchet from Maxcraft, and I got it off of Amazon for about $11. Now, I don't exactly remember where I got the 6-in-1 screwdriver, but you can get a pretty nice Klein Tools screwdriver off of Amazon for about $15, and it's very high quality. A halfway decent set of pliers at Harbor Freight will run you about $4. For the life of me, I cannot remember where I got the multi-tool, but this one on Amazon runs about $20, and it has pretty good reviews. As far as the individual sockets, it's going to be really hard to find them individually, but if you were to buy all of them new, including the 8mm Allen socket, probably going to run you anywhere between about $15 and $30. The duct tape you can probably find at a dollar store for literally $1. Zip ties, $3 at Harbor Freight. And a spark plug wrench, depending on your year, make, and model, will probably run you about $15. As for the tool bag that I have, it has actually doubled in price from $17 up to $30, so I'm going to include a little bit cheaper bag just in case you want the cheapest bag possible. Now, of course, all of those prices are if you are buying everything new, assuming you don't have any of the tools. If you already have some of these laying around, or you can find them used at a garage sale, or you think there's a tool in there that you just don't think you'll really need, obviously the kit will be much, much cheaper. You could very easily get the price under $100. I was also able to get the weight to just over 6 pounds, which is not bad. Alright, now let's throw everything in the bag because it's time to take the sled for a little rip.
Flashback.
Well, out here, we're gonna do a little bit of filming, doing some, just filming like intros, some reviews and shit of parts and everything on the sled. I was going down the trail a little bit too hot, got a little squirrely, hit a bump a little too fast, and popped the track off the rail. Not much, just enough to where you can hear it, like the track is hitting something, but then when I looked, I'll post the photo right here. But it popped the wheels outside of the little guides there, so I need to loosen the track to get it popped back on.
I didn't know the track popped off. They just told me, they're like, if you want to go help them, we'll keep idling down.
So this gives me a reason to use my little toolkit for the first time. So, real quick tip, if your track pops off going down the trail, because you're an idiot, loosen it up, loosen up the axle bolt, loosen everything up. Use something to, that's gonna sound weird, but kind of pry on the track to kind of either push it one way or the other while you back the sled up a little bit. Just go slow and it should pop right back into place. I need to replace my wheels because you can see that they're starting to get some holes in the wheels. All right, so don't mind the messy toolbox here. But it's been 2 seasons with the toolkit. I originally filmed the intro and everything to this video about 2 years ago. And so I'll show you how it's been holding up. I really didn't want to put that video out until I actually had some experience with the kit and making sure everything was gonna work right, making sure all the tools held up, and also make sure that the bag was gonna work pretty well. I will say that this bag isn't exactly the most waterproof. I have had a couple times where I didn't take the bag out at the end of the day, or I left it inside the sled, inside the little storage compartment over a couple day period, and the bag was like wet. So a couple of tools did rust slightly, which that's all my fault. So if you can find a bag that's more waterproof, great. I don't know how well the Chris Burandt bag protects the tools and everything. I would assume it's very similar to this, but it may be better quality and help prevent the tools from rusting. It's not anything bad, it's just a little bit of surface rust most of the time. But let's go through it real quick. So as you can see, yeah, a little bit of surface rust on some of them, but it's not too bad. I did upgrade it a little bit and put a little spark plug caddy in here. I think this thing was like 10 bucks. So here's all the wrenches. Everything is laying in here pretty much just as is. So, and you can see by these Allen wrenches, they're a little rusty, but it was just an extra set of Allen wrenches. This little guy has come in handy really well. This thing works perfectly, and having it adjustable works great. I also did put in a shock adjustment tool as well. The only other thing that I carry as well, there's just no room to put it in the bag, obviously, was the duct tape as well as the zip ties. Those were able to fit in the bag pretty well. With the Matrix, it's a little bit smaller with that rear bag. So I normally didn't carry the duct tape. I've never used it. It's obviously still in the same exact wrapping that it was earlier in the video, but I'll typically carry this in the truck just in case. And by the way, this video is in no way making fun of the Chris Burandt bag at all. I have so much respect for Chris. I know how much time and effort it takes to put into a bag like that, making sure all the tools are nice and lightweight and making sure all the tools are gonna be nice quality. There's obviously a really good reason that bag is so expensive, but this at least gives you an option if you want a cheaper bag so that you can have all the right tools for if your sled or your friend's sled breaks down in the backcountry. I've definitely used my tools quite a bit in the backcountry, not only to fix both my sleds as well as work on friends' sleds as well. So it's really come in handy rather than just having like the stock tools, which these days is pretty basic, if any. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. And are you also too damn broke to, or when something breaks on your sled and you don't have the right tools to fix it because the manufacturer didn't give you enough tools to fix your damn sled? or when something breaks on your sled and the manufacturer didn't give you enough tools to... I can't even do it. Well, have I got the solution for you? The backcountry... So today we're going to be going over... So today we're going to be going over what's in this little bag, so stay tuned.